Welcome to the Freakin' Rican Restaurant channel. Today we're going to be making chicken surprise. Like I said, we're going to be making chicken surprise. It's actually something, a plate that is very, very fond to me, because when I was growing up, we really didn't have a lot of food one day, and me and my sister were like scrambling to get a meal together, and we came up with this dish that we called it chicken surprise. So we're going to get started. I have here 1.5 pounds of chicken breast. I prefer to use boneless chicken thighs just because it has a bit more fat. So it's gonna be a little more flavorful. But right now I didn't have boneless chicken thighs, so we're gonna be using chicken breast, okay? And all we're doing is just cutting them up into strips, because we're gonna start to stir fry them. And once we stir fry them and they cook up and brown, then we'll be adding the vegetables, okay? So like I said, this was a dish that we grew up in the South Bronx. When we made this dish, I think we were on 169 and Washington Avenue, the projects. And I think our mom was in the hospital, and we just scrambled and got everything out of the fridge and made this meal, and it's still with me all my life. And so I wanted to share it with you guys, and hopefully you enjoy this recipe. So there you go, nothing so technical. You're just gonna cut them up into strips, and then we're gonna put some oil, some achote oil, and stir fry them, okay? So we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. There you go. 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and of course, no recipe would be complete without the Freakin' Rican adobo and sazon. We're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of that as well. There you go, some sazon. And now 1/2 of adobo. And we're gonna start to move this up. It's so aromatic right now. And that chocolate oil instantly gives it a little bit of color. So we're just gonna cook this up so it's nice and golden. And then we're gonna start dicing up our peppers and onions and add the remaining ingredients. So you want to keep this on high. And so this will cook up really fast, because again, it's chicken breast. And there you go. Now I'm just gonna lower down the flame just a tad bit, just a little bit. We're gonna let this cook for a couple minutes and stir it occasionally, okay? Maybe like 2-3 times stir it, and it should be ready, okay? So now the chicken is about done. As you can see, it's nice and golden. Look at that. Oh my God, amazing that looks. Uy, Dios mío, me lo quiero comer. So now we're just going to turn this off. I'm gonna put a lid on it, and we're gonna start chopping up our vegetables, okay? It's time to cut up the vegetables. So today we'll be using a little bit of cilantro. We're gonna use 1 green pepper, 1 red pepper, 1/2 of an onion. We're gonna use 2 cups of cabbage. So we're gonna start with the cabbage. I already rinsed it off. What we're gonna do is sliced right kind of in the middle, a little less than the middle, okay, just like that. Okay, and this we're gonna need a little bit more. I'm gonna slice just a little bit more. Ahí tenemos, okay. And then what we're gonna do is just throw out the outer layer, and we're gonna start to make slices, okay? We're just gonna slice it up, and this is gonna make about 2 cups, okay? Nice and thick because it's gonna all reduce once it gets sauteed in the saucepan. All right, take out this layer, throw that out, and then again we're just gonna slice, okay? Okay, just like that. Do this one in half. Okay, so aquí tenemos. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this into the bowl. So this is about maybe about 2 cups and a half. And now we're gonna take the pepper, okay? We're just gonna cut up the pepper like so. Take off all the fleshy part. And again, what we're gonna do is make strips, not too thin, okay? Because we're gonna saute this for a little bit. We still want it to be a little crunchy, okay? So if you do it too thin, you're not gonna get the crunch, okay? So you see it's not too thin, all right? Nice and chunky. So we have that. We're gonna do the whole entire pepper. The bigger the better. And we're just gonna clean this up like so. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself today over here in New York. It is super, super hot. I'm so over this heat. I don't mind the heat, but it's so humid. I don't know where you guys are watching this from, but yeah, New York City is like a sauna. It's so hot. Okay, so this is our red pepper. Now we're gonna do our green pepper. And the same thing, nice long strips, okay? Gonna clean this out. Okay, and we're gonna do long strips. You could add some more green pepper, you can add some more red pepper. It's really, chicken surprise is really a surprise. So add olives, whatever you have in your house, you could add it. I'm just showing you the way I did it and the condiments that I used, but make it your own. Cooking is about having fun and making it your own, okay? So we have the green pepper, we have the red pepper, and then I don't want to waste anything. So I'm gonna use every bit of the pepper. Just like that, there you go. I'm actually gonna add some olives to it too. You could add olives, you could add capers, you can add jalapenos. Again, make it your own, okay? And now it's the time for the onion. Hopefully I don't cry. I'm gonna take this off. Okay. I like to make 2 slices and just peel it, just like so. This recipe is super fast. As you guys can see, I already finished the chicken. It took me like, no lie, less than 10 minutes. So this recipe, you'll start to finish about 20 minutes. So if you have kids, wow, amazing. Dinner is done in 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is our onion. We're gonna use half of it. So I'm just gonna slice it right at the half point. And now all I'm gonna do is just make some slices just like so. And then cut it right there. And I'm gonna use all of this, okay? I'm gonna put that in there. I'll break it up as I put it to the saucepan. And then the cilantro we're gonna leave for the end. When everything is cooked, we'll add the cilantro to finish, okay? So now we're gonna start putting this back in the saucepan with the chicken, okay? So now, since we finished chopping up the vegetables, now what I'm doing is turning back the saucepan. I want the saucepan to be nice and hot so we could stir fry these vegetables. So now I'm just gonna continue to break these pieces apart, onion. Again, you could do this however you like. I'm just giving you the basics. Okay, nice and colorful. So we're gonna start with this, kind of let that saute want the heat. And then we will start to add all of the condiments that's going to go along. But it already looks good because of all of the color. The green, the red. I decided to put some olives, so while this is cooking up here, I'm just going to cut the olives. So I got about 6 olives. Feel free, you want 7, 8. Again, do it as you please. I'm just making them into rodajas. That also adds a little more color because of the pimiento inside the olive. And there you go. I'm not adding too many because I don't want it to come out salty. So I just picked 6, give it a little color there. Now I'm gonna give it a stir again. Oh my God, it smells like chicken surprise. It takes me back to my youth. I think I was like 13 when we made this. 12, 13 years old. Okay, so there we go, we got that. And now what I'm gonna do is start to put in the rest. Okay, there we go. There we go. And now I'm gonna add the rest of the achote oil. That's gonna give it added color. We have a 1/2 cup of tomato sauce. I'm gonna get all that in there. A 1/2 cup of ketchup. Again, remember, this is what we were scrambling to try to make us dinner. So this is what we had. And we have a little salt here. This is a 1/2 teaspoon of salt again. And now I'm gonna put some garlic. So we have 4 garlic cloves. I'm just gonna smash this up with the knife. And then I'm just gonna chop away. If you really love garlic, put 5, put 6. I'm just putting 4 garlic cloves, dicing it up. And we're gonna put this, I think 4 is good. See, it's not a nice amount. Now this is really gonna smell good. Okay, ahí tiene. Y ahora para seguir, vamos a ponerle otra vez a 1/2 teaspoon of the freaking Rican adobo. Así mismo. That's good. A 1/2 teaspoon of sazón. Ahí ya está. And of course, no recipe is complete without the freaking Rican sofrito. So le vamos a poner una cuchara, a tablespoon, nice big tablespoon of sofrito. And that's it. We're gonna just stir this up. Stir this up like so. Everything is cooking, and we're gonna serve this today with some white rice. Oh my God, it looks so good. Oh my God, pero mira esto. Oof, wow. Delicious. I cannot wait to get my hands on this. We're gonna let this cook up for a bit more. I'm gonna turn up the flame. And we're gonna give this about, I would say, about 5 minutes to cook up. Finish adding in the rest of the cabbage. I'm not cooking it all the way through because I want some of that texture, some of that crunch. So I added it for several minutes, about 3 minutes, and our chicken surprise is done. Okay? So we're gonna turn this off and we're gonna play. Now it is the best time of all. What time? The time to taste. So I just wanted to show you guys, I sprinkled a little cilantro over it. I plated it. Doesn't it look so good? Pero ya. I've been waiting too long. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of rice. Take a little bit of everything. Wow. I gotta swallow. I feel like I'm 12 years old again. It's so funny how food connects us to our family. Fragrances, you don't forget. You smell something like, oh my God, my abuelita used to use that fragrance. So this takes me right back home to the beginning. So this recipe is really, really special to me. I hope you cook it. I hope you love it. Involve your kids to do it. It's really, really a simple recipe. Again, I want to say thank you so much for subscribing, for following us. Remember, thefreakinrican.com. You can find your adobo, your sazon, which is backwards, and your sofrito. Thefreakinrican.com. Remember, guys, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and as always, la vida es mejor con un buen sabor. I love you guys.